I woke up in a chair, head crowded with fuzzy and confusion. What the hell? My vision readjusted to the light in the room when I saw a figure standing in front of me. "Ah, look who's up," the figure said, cheery yet psychotic looking. I looked at the figure closer. She looked around my age, with blonde hair wrapped into two messy side buns and crazy flickering yellow eyes. "I am Toga Himiko, and I'm here to be your friend," she says, and the outburst was loud enough to knock me out of my haze. "Fuck off," I yell, in reply about sitting up until I realized I'm in wired bindings. "Oh, be careful about what you choose, or I may kill you," Toga laughs. "Oh, believe me, I've made that choice." I realize I have my quirk by my side, which was atom manipulation. I could manipulate an atom to change them so different things could pass, to make different big things or make them separate from me and pass through. I could manipulate anything, really, even myself, but my setback was if I overused my quirk, I'd have an immense amount of pain and start to fade, which luckily I had a lot of control over my quirk. Toga goes over to grab her knife and other weapons, but while she's distracted, I manipulate the atoms of my wrist so I could get past through the bindings, then undo the rest. When Toga turns around, I stood up and took a fighting stance. "Oh, this'll be fun," Toga screams while lunging to attack me. I act quickly, making the atoms of my body thinner so she passes right through. "You know what? I don't want to be killed," the Segata girl runs away while I sigh and go over to the opposite corner of the dark, crumbling building. I grab my skateboard and start heading home. I'm glad that I was discreet. If my mom found out, she'd be the one killing me. At home. "You and Ellen, where the hell have you been?" My mom screams at me while I roll my eyes and toss my skateboard to the corner of my room. "Out," I reply. I plop onto my bed, reviewing what had happened, but just to cool, my mom read my mind. "You encountered a villain?" she screamed again. Man, I wish my mom never had that damn telepathy quirk. After I took a shower, I walked down to the kitchen where my mom was. She was sitting and focusing on something on her laptop that I figured was work. I knew some leftover ramen from last night into the microwave, then looked at my mom's screen. Mom? Why are you looking at the UA website?" "Honey, I worry about you. This villain encounter you had tonight made me think you can't fend for yourself, so I decided to fill out an application for you to try out the entrance exams." "Why the hell would you do that? And I can fight for my own." "See, look, I escaped without even hurting myself, Mom." I practically screamed like a maniac to her. But eventually my mom won that argument and made me sign the forms. It's going to be absolute hell. Hey guys, yes, I'm changing the story from the original since I got some inspiration, and also I felt it was not creative to just alternate the stories that I've made before. So yeah, I will switch between this story and another My Hero Academia story I write. I'm sorry if this is the clutty, but I don't know. And please give me feedback and suggestions. I am open for any feedback. Beep, beep, beep. My alarm suddenly goes off at 4 a.m., waking me from my peaceful sleep. Oh, shut the hell up, I say as I pound on the clock buttons and resulting in a busted alarm. Son of a bitch, is this really happening? I question under my breath. I question in my breath as I get up from bed. As I go downstairs, I see a note that said, "Ewan, I hope you're having a wonderful day. There is some breakfast in the fridge for you when you get hungry. I'm sorry I'm making you try out for UA. But I love you and I can't risk losing you. So please try your best today. Love you, Mom." I sighed as I read the note, recalling all the things she had said last night. When I was 12, my family and I were playing in a park. Then a villain attacked. My dad had a hero's license so he could defend us, but during the fight, he could not defend himself. The years after me and my family were crumbling. I had a sister, but she eventually committed suicide due to the thought of Dad dead, so that left me my mom. Luckily, my grandmother, who I call Mimi, moved in and supported us. Even though we had that support, Mom still cried for many months, but kept pushing on. But for me, I wrapped myself up in work, school, and training. I never cried or let feelings show. I did not spend time with my family after my workout. I did not spend time with my family after my work, or at all, in any case, because I did not like the feeling of trust since it's been broken twice for me and my family. Anyways, I pull out the food and reheating in the microwave, then ate it. Then I ran to the gym to train. It's around 7. At around 7, I ran back to the house and ate more food, showered, and changed into some different training clothes, which were I put my hair into a bun with 2 strands still down, framing my face, because, hey, why not? Why can't you look good while fighting? And by the time I was ready, it was 7:30. Luckily, my house was 15 minutes away from where I needed to be, so I did not have to speed on the roads. I got to 1A High just before 8. Damn traffic. But luckily, I made it in time. As I walked up to the door, I felt a hand push from behind. But before I felt the ground, I caught myself on a doorframe. "Hey, what were you going extra?" I hear from behind. I look over to where the voice came from. It came from a boy with fluffy ash blonde hair and crimson eyes. "Well, I'm sorry, Your Royal Highness. Do you want me to bow and beg for forgiveness?" I sarcastically replied. The boy rolled his eyes and walked in the building, but just my luck, no one passed me, so I had to follow him. I see there were people at the door to greet us into the auditorium, and I did not want to deal with any more human interaction due to the stuck-up boy in front of me. Like, I know I can be unhappy a lot, but to call someone an extra? He's just a plain bitch. Anyways, I put my headphones on right before they noticed. Which resulted in my plan being successful. I walked in with my exam ticket and see where I sit, and lucky for me, it was right above the impatient, and luckily for me, it was right in front of the impatient Pomeranian. You gotta be shitting me. Are you following me, or do you want to pick a fight that you'll clearly lose? "Oh, look, little Pomeranian thinks he's too good," I shot back. "Hey, don't call me Pomeranian. First, shut up before you get your ass kicked out of here. And second, I can call you I can't call you anything else, idiot. Before the boy could reply, I hear a voice coming from 2 rows ahead of me. Hey, be quiet. We are preparing strategies for our exam, he says. Hey, do you need help getting a stick out of your ass? Because I don't even know what you were doing yet. Because we don't even know what we're doing yet, I yell. I turn to the chirping sound of the Pomeranian right next to me to see a boy with dark green hair nervously shaking. Okay. After the announcements by Ground Beta, because y'all, my Hero Academia fans, know what the scenario is, I ran over to Battle Center be 3 minutes before the challenge to start, so I could warm up on course. I see the damn Pomeranian. Wow, you stupid extra must really be so desperate to follow me, he says. Why would I follow a moron like you, Pomeranian? I nonchalantly reply. The Pomeranian boy sighs in annoyance. Call me Bakugou, you damn nerd. Chapter 3, good point. Pardon? I said call me Bakugou so I won't be a damn dog, idiot. Bakugou yells at me. In sight of his anger, I sigh at his anger and continue warming up. Hey, nerd, what's your name? I look at him in surprise, then smirk while replying. Wow, you actually care? Damn. Do you want me to keep calling you damn nerd? Because I will. Bakugou practically screamed, face grazing over your red coloring. Okay, my name is UNLN. Okay then, UN. I'm going to beat your ass. I roll my eyes. Whatever. Alright, let's start in 3, 2, 1. A horn signing the start of the challenge blazes through the morning air. When the gate opens, I was the first to get through. It did not take long to find some bots. 63 pointer. 6 3-pointers turned to me as I took a fighting stance. As the bot tried to attack me, I manipulated the atoms on my arm to pass me. Then I jumped up and smashed down onto it and manipulated my molecules to make me heavier and denser. I beat the 2 other bots using the same strategy. Time skipped to 1 minute before the challenge is over. As I ran through the ground beta, I calculated in my mind how many points I should have. But my thoughts came to an end when I heard a bunch signal, time's up. Then that was when I started to panic. Shit. What if I don't have enough points? Mom will be pissed. When we came to the scoreboard, I see how many points. When we came to the scoreboard, I see how many points we had. I read by my name. Name, villain, points. Rescue points. UNLN 78 points. Rescue points 10. Katsuki Bakugo 77 points. Rescue points 0. Ichiro Kirishima 39 points. 35 rescue points. Uraraka 28 points. 45 rescue points. Ibari Shinuzaki 36 points, 32 rescue points. Itsu Kendo 25 points, 40 rescue points. Holy shit, I got first place, and to top that, I only beat the Pomeranian by 1 point. I look over to where Bakugou was. He looked at me with anger, then walked up to me. Oh, so didn't you say you were gonna beat me? Oh, shut up. You only beat me with 1 point. And where are your rescue points? I said shut up, you damn nerd. Oh, I hope you know I will never let this go. Bakugou walks away, pissed off, while you smirk in amusement, while retrieving your things. When I got home, I saw Mom on her couch with a concerned look on her face. Mom, are you okay? My mom looks to me and busts out into tears and says, I'm sorry, baby. I should have let you choose if you wanted to go to UA instead of making you do it. I wrap her into a hug and say back, It's okay, Mom. After today, I'm willing to at least try. I smile at my mom, then head to the kitchen. Since my mom looked tired from work, I decided to mail dinner instead. When I was finished cooking, I put the tonkatsu on 2 plates with some rice and let them cool before handing them to my mom. Before handing my mom one of the plates. Thank you, sweetie. No problem. After dinner, I changed into something more laid back, then in uniform so I could go to the mall. I liked shopping at night the best. I gave my mom a hug before I went out. As I walked out the door, I threw on my headphones and grabbed my skateboard since I was not going out for too much and I happened to be only 2 blocks away from the mall. When I got there, the plaza was filled to the brim with people, lights, music, and colorful displays. This is why I loved coming here at night. I was looking down at my phone while walking to a music store when I bumped into somebody. Bakugou? Oh my god, I'm starting to think you were stalking me. Well, this is a public place anyways. What are you doing here? You said this is a public place, and am I not allowed here? Oh well, shit, that backfired. Good point. A/N. I'm so sorry this took forever. I hope this chapter is good in your opinions. Lately I've been busy with schoolwork and my sister, so I can't make long chapters without taking like a week. Love you guys. Have a wonderful day/night. Chapter 4, Lay on My Fingers. A/N. Thank you all for your support. I was thrilled to see people excited and actually willing to read this story. I hope you all are having a wonderful year so far. Love you all. Okay, now to the story. For the next hour, Bakugou and I hung out for a while. And he's not that bad of an ass once you get to know him, and when he is out of school and is full of food. But after a while, my mom called. Yuen, you need to come home now. Sorry, Mom, I was just with a friend. Yuen, now. Yuen, no excuses. Now. For a minute, I thought I was in trouble, but after rethinking what she said, I heard the desperation in her voice. Mom, is everything okay? There are people here looking for something they think you have. I look over to Bakugou, who surprisingly was still there, and surprised while looking back at me with a scowl, but at the same time concerned. Okay, Mom, I'm coming. I hang up and head to the exit mall where Bakugou grabs my hand. Why the fuck are you leaving? My mom says there's people that came to my house looking for something they think I have. Bakugou scowl deepens. I'm coming with you. What? No. I'll be okay on my own. If some real shit is going on, then your house would be destroyed in 2 minutes. Well, there goes Bakugou's sense of respect. After about a minute of arguing, I gave in and let him come with me. Time skip. Time skip brought to you by an hour version of Chills. Sniff, such a beautiful slug. When I open the door, the first thing I see is two monster-like things covered in blood, and a man covered in what looks like hands in the back turned to me and Bakugou. What the hell is going on? I quietly closed the door until it was... I quietly closed the door until it was about a cement wide so I could see. Then I looked to Bakugou, who had the worried expression laid on his features when he looked back at me. Since my mom had telepathy, I had an idea pop in my head. Mom, I'm here. Nothing in reply. I started to panic quietly while listening to the intruder's conversation. Find the damn girl. I hear from... Find the damn girl. I hear from the hand guy. Oh, and you can finish off the useless woman, he says again. I see the two monsters disappear into the kitchen, and then I hear screaming. No, not a scream of fear. It was pure death-curdling scream of death and terror. It belonged to no one else but my mom. And then silence. I knew what that meant. I feel hot tears flood like a waterfall down my face, and I silently shut the door and ran before people in the house could notice I was there. I hear footsteps behind me, remembering Bakugou was with me. I turn the corner into a slight littered alleyway, then stop and fall on my knees. Bakugou turns into the alleyway and sits next to me. Hey, I'm sorry about your mom. Look, those people will be looking for you, so we need to find a place for you to stay for a while. But for tonight, you could stay with me. We have school in the morning, and holy shit, it's 11:30 right now. Bakugou helps me up and walk to his house, which is not too far. Time skip still brought to you by hours of chills. Hee hee. When we got to his house, the door was already opened by a woman who looked like a female Bakugou. Where the hell have you been, brat? Do you know what time it is? No shit, old hag. I just had to help this classmate of mine. Oh, please. But that was an excuse. You never cared for anybody but yourself. I hesitantly walk out from behind Bakugou. Holy shit, Bakugou. Holy shit, Bakugou. Is another girl from the bar trying to fuck you? What? No. I burst out laughing. Why the fuck would I try to fuck this dipshit? I see the woman's eyes light up as she says, "Oh, I like this one." And she wraps her arms around her shoulders and pulls me inside. Mitsuki, if no one knew, that's Bakugou's mom, and I talk for a bit, and Mitsuki, if no one knows, Bakugou's mom, and I talk for a bit, and luckily it goes better for me than Bakugou. So, what brings you here? Oh, looked down at my hands while explaining to Misaki what happened. Oh, honey, I'm sorry, she yells, back while giving me a hug, and she wraps her arms around me. I feel tears starting to spill. I look over to Bakugou, which had his nose buried into his phone, except for the look on his face. It was not his usual scowl. It was more like a mix of usual impatience and anger mixed with something that I could not quite lay my finger on. 11:28 a.m. I woke up to light shining into my eyes, but for some reason it was not daylight. I opened my eyes and instantly read it, after feeling a pain flare from my eyes to my head. I slapped something metal, like, out of someone's hand and sat up, opening my eyes when I was sure it was gone, then see Bakugou smirking while swinging a flashlight around. Did you just shine a fucking flashlight in my eye? Well, I'm sorry, princess, but it's almost noon. Can't you see I need my beauty sleep? You see, you would need way more beauty sleep than a whole entire lifetime could supply you to make you look good. Fight me, bitch, I say as I angrily threw myself on my bed and is hacking him. He runs out of the guest room and into the kitchen to hide behind the table before I reach the end of the hall. I spot the floofy hairpiece of the ash blonde sticking out of the countertop, so I ran over to him and tackled him. I flipped him onto his stomach while I pinned his wrist to the floor. Ha! Don't ever do that again, Bakugou chuckled to himself while managing to reverse the roll. He flipped me onto my back while holding my wrist on the floor, as well as flashing a smirk. Hey y'all, what you doing? I hear from the other table. It was Misaki. Bakugou's being an ass, that's what. What the fuck, dude? You put me down first. And it wouldn't have happened if you didn't flash the light in my eyes and called me ugly. Well, no shit. It's fucking noon and I never called you ugly. Oh, so you think I'm pretty? Oh, hell no. No, bitch. You're so fucking difficult. Now get off. Nah. Mitsuki interrupted your quarrel. Squealing in delight while asking us if we started dating last night, which in the position we're in, with Bakugou on top of me and pinning me down while we had a fight over something stupid, I could see why. Bakugou and I screamed, "Hell no! Hell no!" And he got off. And he got off of me. As I stood up, I felt a huge wave. As I got up, I felt a huge wave of heat splash on my cheek. For a couple of minutes, Bakugou and I never made eye contact. After we settled down, we tried to decide what to do about the whole mom being murdered and you having nowhere to live situation. So, hun, what about your dad? Mitsuki asks, trying not to be loud to handle the situation delicately. I sigh and explain to her. Well, my dad got married to another woman after the divorce and decided that our family wasn't worthy of his thoughts, so he moved to America and he wants nothing to do with me other than sending a couple pictures of his new family to rub in his faces that he found better material. I was completely okay with the thought. I didn't really want to deal with the family I mean, for God's sakes, he thinks that his former family, as his current one, is nothing but money bags who can cook, clean, and be sexy. By the way, you and your mom were only family members of your current ones are females too, or if you want to be imagination, it's fine with you to just please don't come for my head. Anyways, Mitsuki and I discussed what to do, and I decided to rent an apartment using the money from my mom and then find a job. I knew it would be hard, and I knew it would be hard with school and all, but I would try anyways. A few weeks at a time. As you can tell, I'm super lazy, so I'm just going to say this. UN has already worked out a deal to get an apartment, and she found a job at a house remodeling company. After school, I had to run to the apartment complex to change into some clothes more suitable for doing jobs that involved you getting a good workout. Then I ran to the company headquarters to get a list of jobs and addresses. When I entered the building, I always got weird looks from everyone, probably because having a 16-year-old girl who spends their time studying at UA is not normal to see in a cheap remodeling business. Normally, other than some odd looks, the people I work with there are pretty nice, except for these two people who, of course, had to be my coworkers. They're both around 20 years old and also are the type of people who I rely on my dear old daddy's money until I realized I need to get my shit together in order to get a life. The girl is just a bitch. She always is making some kind of snarky comment, which honestly, I think Bakugou and her would be a perfect couple. And it always saying I'm the bitch, and I felt like I had to do this because I smell bacon coming from my kitchen. Ooh, yes. Okay. And the boy is not much better. He's always trying to harass me during the job. I mean, like, yeah, it's pretty bad without the work setting, but the compliment my ass during the job is absolutely unprofessional. Anyways, I entered the main office upstairs, finding no one else there except for the receptionist and a big granite desk near the door that leads to the owner's office. The receptionist was a sweet old lady around the age of 70 who always offered to smile at everyone. Am I doing this project alone? Sorry, sweetie, the other ones are in Per. They'll be back next week. No, of course they are. I grabbed the paper and a list of info and thanked the receptionist as I headed to my car. Once I got in, I took a moment to see the address. The first thing I saw at the top was the name Mika Jiro. I'm so sorry to really testing the school and being a bitch. And I have been working a lot crappy lately, so yeah. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. Oh, also, did anyone else go to Heroes Riding? I wanted to so bad, but my dad said no. Sniff. Bro, you're gonna shout out Mayday, but you're not gonna shout out me. I'm not salty. I'm not salty at all. Okay, I'm a tad bit salty. You're gonna shout out Mayday, but you're not gonna. Okay, I'm gonna stop whining. I am really do so. I understand. Okay, I'm actually joking. If you guys are interested in My Hero Academia fanfiction readings, then check out Mayday on YouTube. Here's our account. Link. But yeah, I would subscribe to her because she's really and I don't exist. Anyways, yeah, guys, that was Hothead, written by Jackie_and_Atlantis. Yeah, send them lots of love and affection. They deserve every second of it. Thank you. Also, you know what? That's it. I need a really long nap. Bye-bye, my beans. I act quickly, making the atoms in my body thinner so she passes right through. And you know what? I think what you mean is that she's moving. I don't. She can't. You can't make atoms thinner, but you can't. There's a lot of space in an atom. Like a lot of space. Like 90% of an atom is made out of space. So theoretically, if you placed the protons, neutrons, electrons of the atom in a certain way, and you place the atoms in a certain way, yes, theoretically you could go through an object. Yes, I do big brain talk. I just wanted to clarify that. I didn't write this. Take my sciencey information. I do think the core concept you got going on is really good, though. Honestly, this was actually a quirk I had in the back of my head for a while. I love this type of quirk.